Hi, I'm Kimberly Webb, and I work for the Michigan Department of Transportation as an engineer. I've worked for the Michigan Department of Transportation for over 32 years. One of the nice things about working for MDOT was the variety of locations that were available to me, as well as the variety of departments that I can get involved with. In MDOT, I've worked in our construction area, our design area, our traffic and safety area, and also in our research and planning areas. MDOT has been a very fun place to work, and I've enjoyed my engineering career. Earlier in my career, I worked a lot with young students, showing them what engineers do. And one of the fun things that we used to do was to go out to the elementary schools and talk about engineering and do hands-on activities such as like marshmallow bridges, envisioning cities, and other hands-on activities. And it was always fun to go in and share your knowledge with young people. One of the other things that we did was we went to middle and high schools and talked about various engineering concepts, and we tied those concepts of engineering into what they were actually studying in classes. We showed them how a lot of the graphing that they were doing, how that related to the motion and movement within engineering. We also showed them how we actually design our bridges, how we take moments and forces, how we use a lot of the formulas and concepts that we actually learned in middle and high school, that we actually use them now. And so it was very good to go back and to talk about that, and to also answer questions that the students had about what do engineers do, and so they could see that they could be engineers as well. One of the things that we also did was we talked about some of the myths that people have about being engineers, how you have to be the smartest person in the room, or you have to be very smart in math and science. And so we dispelled some of those myths too, to tell people that, you do have math and science that is involved in engineering, but also we look at communication. Engineering is involved in a lot of different areas, and that, it's a step by step process, and they could be engineers too. And that it was something that they should look at and think about. One of the basic things is that engineers solve problems, and there's all types of problems that engineers get involved with, and there's lots of different types of engineering. And that was one of the other things that we talked about, was that engineering is involved in everything you do, from when you turn on your water faucet to the water starts to come out in your faucet, to the houses that you live in, the streets that you drive on, the school buildings that you go to school in. Engineering is all around you, and solving problems is what engineers do. One of the things that we look at when we look at young engineers is we look at engineers who are able to communicate, able to bring something new and innovative to the table. And one of the things that I think values of young engineers is that they are very creative, they're innovative, and they want to get involved and help. They also help us to question the status quo. Things that we've always done and how we've always done something, they say, okay, well, why are we doing it that way? And they come up with maybe creative and better ways to do something. And so that's one of the things, the values that young engineers bring to the department. Young engineers also bring a value of keeping us growing. And that's something that I think is very important for any organization, is that you're growing and you're always learning something new. And that's one of the things that young engineers do. Young engineers are very eager. They want to get involved. They also bring some new knowledge and skills and abilities from their schooling that can be directly applied to their jobs. One of the things that young engineers also do is they give back to their fellow peers and helping them to learn new technologies, such as new IT solutions and new ways of doing things, which are very important. One of some of the skills that we look for in engineers at MDOT is individuals who are creative, innovative, individuals who work well in a team. At MDOT, our projects are very complex, and we have to work as a team to accomplish those projects. And so engineers do various pieces of the project, and then we have to put that and come together and collaborate. We also need people who are able to communicate. Um, MDOT, when we do our projects, we have to communicate those projects to the public. We have to talk about why we're doing the project. We have to talk about the benefits of the project, and we have to sell those projects to the community. And so it's very important that engineers come and understand that they will need to be able to communicate effectively with individuals to be able to get their projects built and successfully. We also communicate with the communities when we're actually building the project as well, to let them know the status of the project, when we're going to be in their area, what they can expect from the project. And so communication is very key. We also are looking for individuals who like to have fun and work hard. In our area, we have very complex projects and large construction projects that we're designing and building. And we need individuals who want to roll up their sleeves, work hard, but also have fun in the process. As I said before, we work as a team, and so enjoying the people that you work with and having fun with them is important to be able to accomplish and complete those complex tasks. And so we are looking for individuals who do like to have fun and work together with others. One of the things I think for MDOT, because we are a team, we're always looking for individuals to come and help us with in our team and help us be successful. So will you consider coming and joining us in our team? Thank you.